What's up, everybody? Welcome to MyDunnLife. This is where I take you on my adventures on 2 wheels or 4. Today, I want to talk about something that saddens me deeply. If you've been watching the channel since the beginning of the season, you'll know that I did a charity ride for Mr. Dan Hunter. Mr. Hunter served our country with dignity, honor, and respect. And that charity ride was the last ride. He had been suffering from stage 4 cancer, that he had decided that he had given up the battle. And here just a few days ago, we found out that last week we found out that Dan had passed away. And I wanted to update everybody who might have watched that video. As I said, Dan served his country in a way that only a few do. And my heartfelt condolences go out to his family. And certainly, we all lost a riding brother that day. Moving on to the next topic of the video, is talking about the plans for the channel coming up into the winter season. Today's actually below 60 degrees, and it's going to be the normal here for the next few weeks. And obviously, as it gets colder and colder, I will slowly be riding less, but I'm going to try to put in as many miles as I can. This has been a record year for me, despite the whole COVID thing and a lot of other things that have happened this year. In fact, I was pretty sick at the beginning of the year. I didn't, as far as anybody is aware, I did not have COVID. Though, to be honest, I probably could have, but I was tested and had the flu. So, take that with a grain of salt. But I was sick for pretty much from January until probably almost April. I was pretty much either not feeling well or sick in some form or fashion. I had a cough that I couldn't get rid of. Went through several different medicines, and then it finally went away. I don't know. Not sure. And thank you for stopping. Kind of trying to rush home a little bit. We do have a little rain coming in. I don't want to get caught in it. And but as far as the channel's concerned, like I said, I'm going to try to keep producing content up as long as I can, and then after that it may taper off a bit. I'll try to do some live shows. I'll probably do some talking head videos talking about different important motorcycle topics. Now, part of this channel idea was that, you know, I talk about 2 wheels or 4, and the plan was to do some for, you know, some on a car or a 4-wheeler, you know, other motorsports. Unfortunately, with the whole COVID thing, most of the motorsport stuff got shut down for the season. I do hope to try to make at least one more attempt at going to National Trail Raceway, which is a pretty famous raceway. Hell, if you're into the car scene, most of the major people that you can think of have all raced out at national trails at one time or another. And hoping to take my Hyundai Elantra out there and see what it does. I am hoping next year to do some performance mods. I've left stock the last 2 years. I have literally not modified not one thing. And needless to say, I got the itch. I do very much plan on purchasing another motorcycle. What ends up happening to this Sportster, I don't know. I don't know if I will try to keep it for a while, or if I'll just let it go and use that money towards the purchase of another motorcycle. We'll see. Totally up in the air at this point. You know, I do appreciate all the support and comments. It's been really great this season, you know, building the channel and doing and like I said, I've put more miles on this bike than I ever have in any season. And you know, I think I'm around 2,000 miles, and I know for some people that's like, that's not a lot of miles, and it really isn't. But when you think about it, you know, I ride when I can. My work is only like 7 miles away from my house, so I'm not putting that many miles there. You know, but even with the trip, like I said, was just over 1,000 miles. That means my regular riding this season has been at least 1,000 miles. And I kind of feel proud that I've pushed myself this season, and I've put more miles on the bike, and it's made me want to put more, to do more. And you know, time will tell, see what happens, and see if I manage to, you know, get that, you know, to get 3,000 or 4,000 miles in. I know a kid that he bought a motorcycle, and he literally, like, I know his last motorcycle, I mean, he rode the thing during the middle of winter. Like, that was his daily transportation back and forth to school. Like, there's no way. I physically couldn't do that. Not to mention the fact that, you know, especially when the roads are really nasty and slick, and I wouldn't want to risk it. Different when, you know, like a blockhead or a shade tree surgeon who lives in Florida. You know, the worst that they really have to deal with is rain and wind. That's, you know, that's the only thing that prevents him from riding most days. Their winter is pretty damn mild most of the time. And I'm looking forward to what next year might bring. I certainly, I'd like to say it couldn't get any worse, but, you know, 2020's just not been that year. It's not been a great year. I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful for, you know, the opportunities that have been, you know, put in front of me to let myself grow as a person, and I feel like I really have grown. And I really hope that that continues in whatever form that turns itself into. You know, it's I want to grow my skills in riding. I want to grow my skills in editing. I'd love to get back into doing my photography stuff. Actually, here very soon, I'm probably going to have to really break out the camera and start practicing, and because, you know, I got my son who's a senior, and my daughter, she's a junior, so she'll be right behind him, and we're gonna, you know, before it gets cold, I'm gonna sit down and plan out some photo shoots with them and give them the opportunity to have some fun and take some pictures. You know, it's these memories that, you know, I've got gigs and gigs of pictures and videos and stuff that I pulled from my phone, and we're just, you know, at that point in our lives where, you know, every moment's precious, and that I kind of envy the people who are younger than me, especially about 10 years younger than me or more, that are, you know, like just starting their families, and, you know, they got, you know, cameras in their pockets, their cell phones, you know, which was not a thing when my kids were, well, it was the cell phone was a thing, but the camera phone was total shit. Digital was really just starting to take off, and I remember being a part of that era, and I was selling that kind of stuff at that time, and you know, I really, you know, those kids that are, like I said, are having kids now, have the opportunity to cherish every moment with their children. You know, their first steps, their first words, their, you know, all those things, you know. And I have a niece that's, you know, got 2 little ones, and she's, you know, we get to see the kids grow up even when we're not there, you know. And it really drives home the, you know, the memories. So that's where I'm going to end the vlog today. Stay safe, ride safe, ride often, and I'll see you in the next video.